To the naked eye in this dim lighting in the studio, I don't really notice anything, like major with it. But as soon as I start inspecting it a little bit closer, it does have some dings, some scrapes, some scratches, obvious wear, mostly around the corners. In fact, I would say basically exclusively around the corners. But you know what it's not? It's not broken. So that's a big deal. My previous Apple Watches did suffer from things like scratches on the screen. I don't have any scratches on the screen here. That really bothered me in the past because you would, flick around on the screen and your nail would like catch on a groove or something. I hate that on the iPhone too. And that's not happening here at all. The screen is perfectly protected because of this extra lip around here. It's a tank, and that makes sense. It was designed for smashing into the rock face on your way to the top of Everest and surviving. For me though, that usually equates to knocking into stuff in the home gym. I've had some of my Apple gear, my Apple Watches in the past, get pretty banged up on the side of a treadmill or something. I mentioned the display being very durable. Let's talk a little bit more about the display though. It is a brighter display, which makes it more visible technically in the sunlight. Although, when I was on the website and I was ordering this in the first place, I was like, that's gonna be a really big deal. I want to be able to see this even when I'm outside. Well, guess what? Practically speaking, I basically never noticed that or have cared. Like it was a nice thing to mention as a marketing bullet point, but in reality, I don't know that that's made really a huge difference. What has been nice though, what has made a difference when it comes to the display is the bigger size. When you're doing something like tapping the little buttons on the calculator or something and to calculate a tip, for instance, it's nice to be able to tap stuff and not miss tap. And that is something that happened, I would say, more on my older Apple Watches, the smaller versions, the normal Apple Watches. So I've actually really enjoyed the bigger screen size. That's something I have noticed. In terms of exclusive watch faces, I haven't made a lot of use out of any of the exclusives, even when the screen gets red, so that if you're doing astrophotography, it's not gonna mess with your eyesight at night, or if you're like a Navy SEAL and you need to sneak up and you can't be putting out a bunch of light, I never use that. It's cool, it's neat, it makes for cool marketing, but I never actually use it.